everybody, this is 22 Tiger Dude and I'm here to review the movie The Maze Runner. So The Maze Runner stars Dylan O'Brien and Will Poulter. This movie is about a boy named Thomas. He is found here in this maze surrounded by all these other dudes. He tries to figure out how he ended up in this mysterious place, so it's up to him and some of the other guys to figure out what's going on and hopefully find their way out of the maze in order to find out what's going on and hopefully get back home. So going into The Maze Runner, I thought it looked okay from the trailers. The trailers really did not impress me and I just really wasn't looking forward to The Maze Runner, but I did go into this movie with an open mind, hoping I would be surprised by it. And I will say, for the most part, I actually did think this was a really good movie. For the most part, The Maze Runner surprised me. But my problems with the movie, yeah, I'm going to get to that later on. Let me go ahead and just start off with the good. What I thought was actually good about The Maze Runner. I thought the performances were all very nice. Dylan O'Brien, who I'm aware is from this TV show Teen Wolf, I thought he did a really good job as the lead character Thomas. He was the character that you were rooting for. You cared about the character. I cared about him personally, and he just did a really good job. Will Poulter surprised me here too because, you know, I saw him in last year's We're the Millers, a movie I thought was really bad, but you know, he was good in that one and he was good in here, so it's nice to see him shift big time in the genre. And you could say he plays the asshole. He basically is the asshole, but he does do a very solid job, and the same could go to all of the other characters, including the one girl character we get a little later on in the film. This whole concept with the maze is honestly really cool because I'm aware that this is based off of a novel. It's a trilogy of novels, if I'm not mistaken. But this whole concept with the maze and them having to figure out a way how to get out of it, I thought was really cool about The Maze Runner. And for the most part, I did find myself really intrigued by the storyline. The cinematography for the movie looks gorgeous. The scope of it, just how it looks, it's very well done. The maze scenes are actually really exciting. I found myself at the edge of my seat and even found myself going whoa a couple of times during the maze scenes because they were executed so well in such a nicely fashion. And I will say that the soundtrack from Stephen Price was really good. Okay, now here are my problems with The Maze Runner. I thought the Grievers, while they looked cool, I thought the visual effects on them could have improved a little more. Maybe be more polished. Some of the characters you don't really care about because some of them have less screen time, especially this character that introduces Thomas to this maze world once Thomas arrives in the maze world. So some of the characters don't have enough screen time, and it's because of that that you just don't really care for them. But definitely my final issue lands with the final 30 minutes when the storyline feels very half-assed. It doesn't feel interesting anymore, and it becomes a complete and utter mess. Like, wow, I could not believe how messy it was. And the final maze moment, I just thought it was so out of place. And while the other maze scenes were well filmed, very exciting, for some reason in the final 30 minutes of The Maze Runner, all of a sudden the final maze scene is so poorly shot. It has some of that shaky cam BS you see in some films nowadays, and it just wasn't exciting. As messy and as half-assed the entire 30 minutes was, it wasn't until the final 10 minutes where I was just like, what in the living fuck? That was my reaction once it hit that last 10-minute mark. Just why? I get this is based off of a book, but the reasoning behind the whole maze, everything that's explained, was so stupid and it didn't make sense. This is a story that could have ended as a standalone. It could have ended where the film could have ended and it would have been satisfying. But no, they feel the need to go a totally different direction and just extend the storyline, which is so unnecessary. They're doing the sequels according to the books because it's another way for them to get cha-ching. I will say this though. Even though this film is forgettable at the end of the day, I respect the fact that we didn't get to see a shoehorned love plot. Thank you for at least having the dignity for not having a shoehorned love plot. With all that being said, you guys, I'm gonna give The Maze Runner 2.5 out of 4 stars. I thought it was a really good movie for a while. And then the final 30 minutes comes, everything's all over the place, and then the final 10 minutes comes and I'm just like, wow. The Maze Runner was a very forgettable and kind of bland movie, but that's just my opinion.
I am 22 Tiger Dude. Don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power!